Good evening, all, and welcome to the Tactical Devils. I'm your host, Jarvis Cocker, and with me tonight I have my co-host, Stu Wally. You know the drill. Tonight we will talk about the latest Andre Onana. Good riddance. Bye bye. Good to meet you, but it's time to go. There's been we all saw the tweet. I know this is old news, but it was Andre Onana agrees to join Trabzonspor, and that's a here we go from Fabrizio Romano earlier today. And all contracts are now signed from the players' side, and everything is agreed. And they will cover the full salary, so it's a good thing. And we are back to three goalies. What will happen next? I don't know. Maybe Malaysia will go. There are still time. I think there's 5 days left of the window. So of the at least the Turkish window, we have the Saudi window. I think the window is open in Greece, maybe in Serbia. There are some places for Malaysia to move. We will also talk about that. But I think the best thing on tonight's show, we will do some clips, some analytics of Sesko from the Burnley game, and it will be interesting. And I will show you something that I've been thinking of, and maybe we will come to an agreement. Stu will analyze, I will analyze, and I will hope that you guys will pay attention, and I will get your opinions. So guys, smash the like, subscribe if this is your first time, and we will be back after the intro. Boom, boom, boom. It's Sunday night. It's the weekend wrap-up show from the Tactical Devils. It's Jarvis Cocker and Stu Woolley, ladies and gentlemen. I see a couple of people have tuned in already.
Yeah.
So I will post the X link in the comments, and you can share it so people know that we are live. So, Stu, how is your weekend been? I know that you have been doing some traveling.
Traveling, we are back now from holiday, which is great. But I've had a, really relaxing time. Long journey back today, so I'm half asleep. So forgive me, devilish tacticos, if my analysis is not quite up to scratch. Although I'm waiting for Catherine No Nonsense McDade to say you're rubbish anyway, as you can fall out with a lawnmower along. That is true. No, I didn't. I need my hair cutting. I've had a shave, but I do need my hair cutting. So it'll be done this week. I've got an award ceremony on Friday night, so I've got to have it done for then anyway.
Okay.
But looking forward to the show. Yeah, no, I've had a great week. I enjoyed Thursday. It was a good show Thursday. YouTube didn't put us out anywhere though, for whatever reason, did they? Shocking by YouTube. So we didn't get many views on that. So if you haven't watched it, please tell everybody to go and like and subscribe to that video, because we could do with pushing the views up on that one. We didn't get. In fact, I think we lost money on that show, didn't we, Jarvis?
It's not about the money.
No, it isn't. But it definitely isn't. But it helps, doesn't it, with the software and the kind of stuff that we try and do. So
definitely.
Big up all. But an interesting week. I hate international fortnight. Absolutely winds me up. It's so boring. Apparently, we limped to a 2-0 win last night. Couldn't even be bothered to watch it. And one of those was an own goal, apparently. Andorra, fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
I watched a couple of games. I watched Sweden against Slovenia. I just wanted to see Sesko in action. He's starting to really impress me. and
Yeah.
we will show some pictures, some live footage of Sesko against Burnley, and I have some observations and things I want to talk about. And also, I watched today. I watched Turkey against Spain. I think it
Six
was
nil,
ended
wasn't it?
six
Spain.
nil.
6-0
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Spain, yeah.
At least, and I watched the last 10 minutes of Germany, Northern Ireland. I think Germany won 3-1. Was it
3-1.
also a interesting game? But I think Spain looked awfully good. Merino scored 3 goals. He scored a hat trick.
Oh,
Can you
well.
can you imagine?
Fair play.
Merino.
Hey, good to point out, by the way, that the Manchester United women beat Leicester 4-0
Oh,
today, and Everton beat Liverpool 4-1
oh,
in
that's nice.
the
That's
women's.
nice.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, great start for us. We top the WSL. One game in, and we are top on goal difference. So that's
Oh
absolutely
yeah, mighty Man United are on top of the league again, at
it's
least in
about
the
time.
women's
It's
football.
about time. That's how we.
Yeah.
It's women's football is getting better. It's getting stronger, Jarvis. I
Yep.
think it was we saw the first Manchester United Man City. I'm going to call it a trade because it was a trade. Two players, two lionesses went in the opposite direction, and I
Mhm.
think that's the first time that's ever happened in women's football. Could that be something we will
A
see
new
in
trend.
in men's football? I don't know, but I thought that was quite interesting. And there is a little bit of breaking news today that I did listen to as we were driving about a potential new PSR ruling with the Premier League. I think it's going to be called an anchor agreement or something along those lines, but I don't know
Okay.
the ins and outs of it, so I haven't looked into it. So maybe we could have a look. I'll look into it. We can talk about it tomorrow night.
Okay. Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow night with the Jarvis's Corner as usual,
What's your
9 p.m.
corner? Yes,
Doing a
yes.
marathon, 2 hours, 30-minute show for
Ah,
you
here we go.
guys.
That's the one.
Full
Grace
panel.
Clinton, it was. Yeah, she joined City. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Boxing Unfiltered. We'll be honest with you, boxing. We don't know a huge amount about the women's team, but we did. There's women's football on this week. Manchester United won today, but I did hear that was something that happened. So please don't think we know anything about the women's team too much, because we don't boxing. But it's something, if you want us to talk about the women's team, happily do that. Happily.
Yeah, maybe we should get some of your old friends on.
Yeah, come on.
Could
Yeah,
come on. They have an own women's football team
yeah,
channel, so that
yeah.
will be interesting. Where's my manners? I just want to say hi to
Yeah.
everybody who's tuned in. Danny B, Catherine, Non Nonsense McDade is here. I am Titanium. Who else? Agile Beast 21. Big up. Is it just me? 43. Day 147. Who else is here? Yeah, and boxing unfiltered. So people, smash the like, and please, I will share this link. It's a link for the X show going on Twitter. So you just press that link and you can go there and like and retweet it, so people will know that we are live. And also Twitch legends out there.
Everybody knows us on Twitch now. We haven't got a soul watching us on Twitch, but they'll come around to us eventually. I think we're too old for that platform, aren't we? I think
Yeah.
Well, I think we're Twitch legends anyway.
No,
Although
no.
who knows? But we'll have to do a bit of advertising on Twitch, Jarvis. We'll
Hmm.
become the new angry. What's his fucking name? Angry fucking brunette or something like that. Is it angry brunette? No, angry blonde.
Nah, I don't know.
Anyway, him.
Yeah. Let's move on with the show. People are getting impatient. We gotta boom,
Sorry.
boom, give
Yes,
you all the latest. And I know you've seen this. It's old news by now. But this came out. Andre Onana agrees to join Trabzonspor, and here we go. That's what we all been waiting for. We heard some rumors yesterday, and now it's a here we go already. So all contracts are now signed on the players' side, waiting on counter approval from Trabzonspor and travel next week. But it's done. It's done. So a deal done on loan from Manchester United, as revealed on Saturday. No buy option or loan fee. So, Stu, what do you feel? How do you see this? Was it expected? Are you glad Onana is out the door, or will you miss him?
Well, will I miss him? No, I won't miss him. Was it expected? No, it wasn't. He came back asking for a pay rise. He came back demanding to fight for his place. And we went out and bought Lammens. So it tells us two things. Lammens is clearly the number one and will line up against City this weekend. It's this weekend, isn't it? Next Sunday, this weekend, next Sunday. So he'll line up against City. Bayern Deer, is he a capable number two? He'll go back to number two. And of course, we've got Heaton as our goalkeeping coach. There's a couple of things I do like. I like a player who wants to go and play football. I'll say that much. And we read reports that says that Onana was told that the Grimsby match was his final match for Manchester United. And if that's the case, then he's got no choice. If he wants to go to the Cup of Nations with Cameroon and he wants to play in the World Cup with Cameroon, he's got to be playing football. He got unstuck. If you remember the last African Cup of Nations, he didn't play, did he? He came unstuck because he was having a really bad time at United, and he needs to get away. He needs to get away from the club. The club needed to get away from him. So as much as I won't be appreciated for this comment, fair play to the guy for going out and wanting to play football and resurrect his career. And I must admit, I do like that. I don't know the ins and outs of the deal, but something you said to me in the green room that Trabzonspor are covering all of his wages, plus he might earn some extra bonuses and might actually make more money while he's out there. I'd love to know where all this money is coming into the Turkish league from, because they've never been able to attract this type of player on that type of salary. Victor Osimhen was a real eye-opener for me. Massive eye-opener. I didn't quite even expect that. But interestingly enough, he needs to regain his confidence. He was never going to regain it staying at Manchester United. He was always prone to errors. He's not been the Onana that we saw at Inter Milan and at Ajax. He's not been that goalkeeper. It's been too big for him. And he's a victim of a whole host of footballers throughout all positions that just can't handle the weight of the Manchester United shirt. They can't do it. It's called their CV. Brilliant to have Manchester United on your CV, but you've got to look deeper and beyond that. And the truth of the matter is that he just couldn't handle it. And although I've got my doubts on Lammens, I explained to you my doubts a few weeks, when we signed him, Jarvis. But I think it's you could be throwing Onana out the frying pan and putting Lammens in terms of we could get burnt very, very quickly. If we're on the wrong end of a 4-0 tanking against City, for example, and Donnarumma's not a fucking worldie, and Lammens has popped two in, we're going to be thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, what do we do now? So we don't have anywhere to go. We have left ourselves very, very wide open in the goalkeeping department. However, let's be clear. I think this kid Lammens is a hugely capable goalkeeper. And I think ultimately we probably have made the right decision. But is it going to be 2 years down the line when that decision comes to fruition, Jarvis, where we all know it needs to be tomorrow? He's got to be in. He's got to be at the top of his game. And so for me, I'm looking forward to a week on Sunday. I presume it's 4:30. I haven't looked at the fixtures. I presume it's 4:30. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And I hope Lammens comes in and has an absolute worldie.
Yeah.
Not great for him to come in at International Week. I don't know if he's gone with Belgium or whether he's at Old Trafford. So that I don't know.
No, I don't think he's in the national team, is he?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure. So
Mignolet, isn't he the first? Or
wouldn't surprise me, but I didn't know if he was in and around the squad as a 2 or a 3. Okay. But look, if he isn't there, great for us. Get him training, get him understanding the club. He's going to need to show a lot. But then again, we all thought we were getting a great goalkeeper in Onana. So I don't want to be a doubting Thomas, Catherine, no nonsense, McDade. Absolutely. I always err on the side of caution with goalkeepers. It's one of the most important positions you have as a footballer. in your team. And if you're, as a centre half, haven't got used to him, he hasn't got used to your centre halves, it does create issues.
Yeah. Boxing on field critics saying Onana should have left when he cost us the Champions League not too long ago, and he's had more than lives in
Agreed.
the top yet. Yeah.
Agreed.
But if he's not been there for too long, I think he's only been 2 seasons, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. 2 seasons. I think you need 2 seasons to prove yourself. If not, then you're out. And I like this with the new Man United. We are actually showing the door to Højlund after 2 seasons. Onana, you're out. I think Amorim is showing all the new structure is showing a what do you call it, a ruthless side, and they act quite quick.
Yeah, you've got to, football at this level, there's no room for sentiment. It happens all the time in F1, MotoGP. If you don't deliver, you're gone. Simple as, you're gone. No messing around. You're out the door. You're here for a reason. We pay you, for a reason. We expect you to deliver. We know that footballers can't deliver all the time, but they just, at this point in time, aren't delivering, or between the sticks, we haven't been, he hasn't delivered for 2 seasons. So, look, ultimately, let's wish him luck. Let's not go down what all the other channels have done today and are laughing and joking and dancing around. We're better than that on Tactical Devils. The devilish tacticos are. Let's wish him luck. I hope he goes and has a great season at Trabzonspor and he gets a move and we get a good amount of money for him, Jarvis, particularly. Say he has a great thing and we sell him for 30 mil or 20 mil or whatever and get some money back. So it's another piece of finance that's now become available to the club, which is brilliant. Which, I don't know what he was on a week, but it's saving us, a few million a year again. So we've done quite well on that scale. What do you think, Nigel?
Yeah, I see Red Devil Radar coming in and say buzzing with Onana leaving. Lammens is unknown in the Premier League, but not a reason to keep Onana, and I agree with that. I think that's a good point. Big up Red Devil's Radar coming in. We have Rich in the chat coming in and say Jarvis, 2 years is enough time. I like this approach. Yeah. Me too. This is a positive, going forward, and I think it also put pressure on the other players. It doesn't matter if you just signed. You will be scrutinized right away. You have to perform from the get go. There's no hiding in Man United. So, and I think that's a good sign. Because I think there's no patience in modern football. There's no waiting around. You have to perform, and this is just how it is. But on the other side, the other side of the coin flip or whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
The side of the coin. Yeah.
I think I mixed up two, but it's Sene Lammens, or Lammens. If he don't perform right away, what will happen with him? As you said, will he?
That's interesting.
Yeah, he needs to perform.
It's the question. He does that. Rightly or wrongly, City probably thinking to themselves, you know what, Donnarumma is going to come in and perform straight away. Rightly or wrongly, Trafford clearly, I don't think is going to line up against United. I think it is going to be Donnarumma.
Yeah,
and it's almost certainly going to be Sene Lammens. He needs a good 15 minutes. So. None of this dicking about playing out from the back nonsense. He needs to give it, get it. He needs his handling spot on. Whoever's playing in front of him has got to give him the ball. He has to give him the ball. Give him a touch straight away. Get it. You need to feel the ball on your gloves as a goalkeeper. Not a goalkeeper, by the way, but give it to him. If it's Maguire or if it's De Ligt, to let him have it, hold it, see where his throwing is. When was the last time you saw a goalkeeper launch one out of his arms? Schmeichel-esque. In fact, the last one was Dean Henderson when he popped it over to Shaw. Shaw pops up the wing and we score against City. I'd like to see him, that side of his game. From what I've seen of him, is great at collecting crosses. Really good shot stopper. by all accounts, like really good shot stopper.
Mm.
Not so sure about what he's like on his feet, but I've never judged a
Well,
goalkeeper.
I think that's one of his best attributes,
Well, I've
from
never
what
judged.
I
Yeah,
understand.
I've never judged a goalkeeper by the ball at his feet, pal. I've always, what can you do about keeping it? So I get that. I understand,
Mm.
the Amarin way, and I get that. But you can be great at your feet, but if you can't catch, dive, or save anything, what's the
Stop
fucking
that ball.
point?
All you need to do
So,
is just stop the ball.
but it just goes to show, when you look at ruthlessness and you look at Edison. Edison's been one of the top goalkeepers in the Premier League for the last 5 years.
Mm.
He really has. I mean, I can't remember the last time Brazil had a decent goalkeeper, let alone two. Alisson and Edison were the two best keepers, really in the Premier League for a long, long time. And yet he's gone. Edison's gone.
Mm.
That's how ruthless City are. But they've gone in. They've got Onana. They've got Donnarumma, and good luck to him. I think it'll be a really interesting game a week on Sunday. I'm looking forward to doing the preview on that one. I think City can be got at. Donnarumma doesn't know anything about the Premier League. It's nothing new. We faced Donnarumma before. We all have. All teams have faced him. Cole Palmer's probably thinking, "Oh no, he's injured," but he's probably thinking, "Hey, my old mate's going to guarantee me another couple when I play."
Let's do a quick question, and this goes for you guys too. If you had the chance to choose and go back, would you have chosen Donnarumma or Lammens?
I look. I would have chosen Emi Martinez. Whatever people think about him.
Well, but yeah. But I'm just thinking.
I'm sorry. We're talking about the two.
Yeah.
Do you know, that's a really tough question. I'll tell you why. Because Donnarumma is 26. Lammens
I think
is
27 or 26, 27. Yeah.
But as a goalkeeper, he's young.
Mm.
And Lammens is young as well. And I just think where we are in our period of transition, moving towards where we want to be, it's a big fucking risk. I mean, it really is a big risk. But it could be that it could be the deal of the fucking century for 20 million quid or whatever we pay for 21 million quid. It could be the bargain of the fucking century. He could be that good that
yeah.
So it's such a good question because Lammens is 23, Donnarumma's 26, 27. Okay. Now Donnarumma has been around since he was 16 in the AC Milan first team.
Yeah.
Iker Casillas was around at 17 in the Real Madrid first team. So
by the way, he's 26.
Yeah. So there's not much in it in terms of age. But for a goalkeeper, they don't really mature till they're 30, 31. Van der Sar, and that's why Van der Sar played till he was 40.
Yeah.
They don't really mature.
Van der Sar is a funny one. His career was basically almost over. He went to Fulham. He was downgrading from playing at Juventus and all the big clubs, and suddenly he came back into United.
He came back at United,
top level, and won the Champions League.
He was fucking brilliant for us.
Guys, you got to excuse my throat is a little bit sore today. I think I'm coming down with a cold or something.
Yeah, I know. But look, I think I think if you've got to weigh it up, I think Daz makes a really good point. Donnarumma at the moment is probably the better out of the two, but he's a more experienced goalkeeper out of the two. I don't know enough about Lammens to say when he came into Antwerp. Is it Antwerp we got him from?
Yeah. Royal Antwerp.
Royal Antwerp's first team, and how he will cope in the Premier League. But there'll be question marks over Donnarumma as well, and how he will cope. We know he's an excellent shot stopper.
Yeah, but the City defense looks a little bit dodgy.
They're weak. But I don't think he's great with his feet. So time will tell with it. But it could well be that we pulled off an absolute masterstroke here by getting Lammens.
It could. Das Sweet says Donnarumma. I am Titanium would have chosen Donnarumma out of the two. If we could have gone back, it's just pure hypothetical. But Yale Malmin comes in and say Lammens. Donna is too weak with his ball play. Okay, big up Yala. And also Danny B call me nuts, Lammens.
Yeah, well, no, it's not a question. I think it's going to be a 50-50 split, really. Lammens is more exciting. Absolutely. He's younger. He's more exciting. Can we get 10 years out of Lammens? till he's 33, for example. But boxing, he's absolutely right. At the age of 16, I mean, he's been around for years, hasn't he, Donnarumma? Absolutely years. And his club football is what is it, AC Milan and PSG.
PSG, yeah.
That's his club football, and he's 26. So, he's been keeping goal for a long, long time. He's Italy's number one. City fans will quite rightly think they've got the better goalkeeper. Manchester United fans will quite rightly think that we've got the better goalkeeper. De Gea's problem, boxing and filtered, was, and I know you know this, by the way, he was too weak. I don't know if you remember his first season. He would come, his shirt was too long, it was baggy, it was hanging off him, basically. Didn't get a shirt that could fit him. I think they were surprised how skinny he was. But we all know the keeper that he turned out to be. But we're in a bit of a more settled time period at that particular time, weren't we? We're a bit settled with the team, but now we're in a real air of uncertainty, and it's a big job for Lammens to come in. Fair play to the kid if he can pull it off. I mean, really fair play to him, because he's not coming into a team that's winning, that's high on confidence. He's coming into a team that's just ticking over. And our midfield, by the way, guys, our midfield, he's going to see a lot of the football, especially against City. He's going to see a lot of the ball. So
did David De Gea peak early in your opinion, Stu? Because he's not too old. He still have a lot of years left in his.
Do you know with De Gea? De Gea went through stages of. He was very nervous at the very beginning. Then he turned out to be unbelievably good. I mean, the best goalkeeper in the Premier League for years. There's only Courtois that could really rival him when he was at Chelsea, and of course we all knew one of those was going to Real Madrid. And it was going to be De Gea. De Gea was the chosen one, the fax machine. I can't wait till De Gea retires. Please retire. His book will be called David De Gea and the Fax Machine. That's what it'll be called. Because everyone wants to know what happened there. And then he kind of wavered a bit. He didn't really regain. Become the De Gea that we kind of recognised prior to that, and so there's a bit of an issue with him. But look, you cannot argue with De Gea. I thought he was a fantastic goalkeeper for us. He really steadied that ship. We couldn't get anyone after Van der Sar. We couldn't get anyone after Schmeichel. We searched and searched and searched till we got Van der Sar. We searched and searched and searched until we got De Gea. Are we doing the same thing? Searching. Now we got Lammens. Really interesting. Really, really interesting to see.
Look, are we going to call him Lammens or Lammens?
Lammens, however he wants to be called. I'm really looking forward to the derby. I don't sit.
Me too. I'm super.
Is it Old Trafford or are we at?
I think we play at home, don't we?
Yeah. We'll have to have a quick look.
No, we play away.
Well, I thought it was away. Yeah. So great for Lammens then, not playing his first game at Old Trafford, playing away at the Etihad. So it would be fucking empty. Well, it'd be full of United fans. It'd be empty with City fans, wouldn't it? Because let's face it, there's no real genuine City fans. They're all still crying in the Kipax stand. They are. Oh, I don't want to look. You can't take me away from the Kipax. Talking to City fans, does anyone see that mug? I heard a snippet of him on the overlap saying Guardiola's a far better manager than Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, for fuck's sake. But I think the City fan was about 12 anyway. I mean, fucking idiot. Anyway, that's another story. So
we have a new guy in the chat I haven't seen before. Gordon Hill.
We're talking to a gentleman here that knows football. Gordon Hill, what a player. Hill on one side, Koppel on the other. I don't know how old you are, Gordon Hill, 76. Let us know. I'm a 70s child.
Joe Jordan? No.
Joe Jordan, Big Joe. Yeah, Big Joe. Stuart Pearson with the bald head now. I just imagined him with his kind of mullet. He had a little bit of a mullet.
Yeah.
He got that. He used to do that as he scored. That's what he used to do. Do that when he scored. Brilliant play. Martin Buchan scored one screamer in his career. Martin Buchan, actually, good old Martin Buchan went on to rep for Puma. I don't know whether you know. I don't know whether you knew that, but I did. We went to rep for Puma. We had some, Alex Stepney, our goalkeeper in the 70s, Gary Bailey a bit later on, late 70s, 80s. The Greenough brothers, Brian and Jimmy, Arthur Albiston. Yeah, we had some great big Gordon McQueen. He had the shaggiest hair. He used to run Gordon McQueen. His hair used to fucking jump off his head. It was fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We had
what is Gordon saying? Managers showing he's a man we need. Strength of character, finally making the big decisions and being backed. Not sure he's tactical genius we need. He may be the man before the man. Okay.
Again, that's interesting. Is he a tactical genius? Are there any tactical geniuses in football? As I've said on many occasions, you can only be a tactical genius to a certain level because there's only a certain parameter you can play football in. So it doesn't need to. But it's a great Gordon. It's a welcome anyway. But I'd love to know.
For me, I think it's more about man management and actually how you control the egos. You can't learn a professional how to play football. They know how to play football. They've been through academies and played football since they were this big, and now you don't learn them anything. Well, you learn the mindset.
Yeah.
Sammy McElroy
and the Madness scored my very, very all-time favourite FA Cup goal in the final in '79 when he weaved himself through and just popped in and made it 2-2. I can remember it now. Big Gordon scored our first goal, and he popped off and his fucking hair was going all over the place. And McElroy weaved his way through, absolutely brilliant. And then fucking Alan Sunderland with that fucking sideshow Bob fucking hairstyle. Gary Bailey he was left wanting. It was a Liam. Oh God, the Arsenal player. Ali. Come on, I know him. Fucking left-footed, cultured left-footer. Can't think. I can't. It's going to kill me. That is Liam Brady. Crosses the ball, flaps with it. Does Bailey? Sunderland. Fucking. Anyway, I was 9 years old. But loved every. Why are we going with Gary Glitter, Rolf Harris, Stuart Hall? Why are we doing that? Gordon, I'm not over it either, pals. Don't know. What's going on with Adam Johnson? I saw Jimmy Savile earlier. What's going on in the chat?
Liam Brady. On fire.
It was Liam Brady. I just couldn't think. Boxing Unlimited. Vicky's in the house. Vicky.
Hey, Vicky, big up. Good to see you, Vicky. With the bird.
Vicky's got some really interesting topics that she wants to talk about. Some really, really interesting topics about youth. Very knowledgeable, Vicky's, and she's done a lot of research. So
nice segues to about Vicky. Yes. I'm interested in hearing about your ideas, but the Michael Owen interview on the overlap, talking about he mentioned something about England winning on the 15s, on the 16s, on the 17s, on the 18s, 19s. But what happened to all these young talents? They don't get a chance in the Premier League because the Premier League clubs buy the biggest talents abroad. So they hardly get to play. And by when they're 23, 24, they're not the player they could have been.
It's Michael Owen's a difficult one for us, isn't he? To talk about. But one thing that I liked about his interviews, and we talk about it all the time, by the way, we want real honesty in football. Johnny K, good to see it. We want real honesty in football, and that's the most honest interview I think I've ever heard. When you listen to him and he talks about Thierry Henry, for example, nowhere near his level. But he also said he was finished at 24 because his hamstrings just wouldn't take it. But his point about being the best in Europe, being the best in the world, under 17s, under 18s, under 21s, is absolutely right. And yet these players, they can't. Where are they today? Where are these players that are, that have gone on and won these titles. And he was absolutely right. We are not having, or these players aren't having a chance of featuring in the first team or getting anywhere near the first team because we are buying 120 million pounds worth of verts at Liverpool, or you're buying, or we're buying Sesko for 80 million or 70 million. He's 22 years old. He made such a great comment, and I remember I was just listening to it. I thought, fuck me, I don't like you, Michael Owen. I think you're a tosser.
Yeah.
And yet he actually made a brilliant point. He also went on to say that he found his time at Manchester United, he was embarrassed for himself. He was embarrassed for himself at other clubs like Newcastle. He was embarrassed for himself at Stoke because he just couldn't he couldn't be the Michael Owen, and he couldn't change. He couldn't adapt to playing a different way of football like Giggs could or Scholes could. He couldn't do it. And
No.
yeah, I just thought it was a really, really refreshing interview. Was whether you like him or not, and I don't, and I've been very, very vocal on that. For somebody to come out and actually talk about, I was done at 24 as a footballer. Better. I mean, we all seem to forget this, by the way. This is, well, I couldn't, and I forgot it. He walked into Real Madrid as the Ballon d'Or winner. He was the reigning Ballon d'Or holder. So he wasn't, Beckham was there and whoever was there. So what? I've got a Ballon d'Or. There was only one or two players at Madrid at that time that had won the Ballon d'Or. We forget all of this. Two-time Golden Boot winner, 17 and 18 years, a two-time Golden Boot winner.
Was it 2001 or he won the Ballon d'Or?
I think so, something along those lines. Yeah. I'm not sure if it was a Ballon d'Or at the time. It was the European Player of the Year. I'll be really interested to. The Devilish Tacticos could tell us that. I don't know whether it was Ballon d'Or or European Footballer of the Year. But look, Owen was streets ahead of anyone else. But he was really honest. He says the only one he couldn't really, or would be very, very difficult to put side by side with him, was Wayne Rooney, because he couldn't work out whether he felt Wayne Rooney was a better overall talent at that age at 16. So really, really interesting. I got to, Trev, I get you to lace my boots up. I don't lace my own boots up. Come on. I've got you in tow with my bag into the changing room, get me boots laced. Come on now. I want them, they weren't as clean as they normally were a couple of weekends ago, Trev. So we're going to have words on that. Your £2.50 salary is going to have to get cut back. I'm going to have to fine you. But 2001, you were right, Ballon d'Or winner. So, look, ultimately, he did. He did. That's right. But he was embarrassed about his own performances for United, and I thought that was interesting.
We have seen a lot of big talents plagued with injuries through the years, but I think Michael Owen was a fantastic talent. The way he came through, as you said, at 17, 18, winning the Golden Boot 2 times in a row, winning the Ballon d'Or. So, he played for the wrong team, and they should never played him that much. They relied too much on him. So in a way, I think Liverpool were making his injuries worse by playing him all the time. And
well, we had that issue with Giggsy, didn't we? And to be fair, Manchester United, they realised it was his super impressive fucking clutch. It was wrecking. Owen just couldn't. He didn't know what it was. We just couldn't work it out. And England was robbed of a great player. At that time. I mean, you look at the goal at Argentina. I mean, fucking hell, still got one of the greatest World Cup goals.
And the way we all remember the Beckham Simeone incident.
Yeah. I mean, that's when football went fucking shithousery was at its fucking best. Simeone, I can get him off here. Goes down crying like a bird. Fucking Rivaldo takes one in the leg. fucking hell. Looks like he's been shot in the face. You know, that's when Shithousery is his fucking finest, absolute finest.
Was it France
France
98?
98, that was, yeah. Rivaldo.
Yeah.
And what a player Rivaldo was, by the way. He didn't need to
Yeah.
be that type of player, did he? He was fucking brilliant, Rivaldo.
Mm.
Everybody remembers a 3-3 draw in the new camp, and Rivaldo
Mm.
takes it on his chest and flicks it over Schmeichel's fucking head.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking hell. On the chest, bang. It was a brilliant goal. Brilliant. Oh, here she goes. Vicky's super chat. Give Vic the old super chat.
Oh, let's play the jingle. Thank you, Wiki. Let's play the Super Chat jingle.
I was going to put the glasses on, but Catherine No Nonsense McDade has made it very, very clear I'm not to wear the glasses anymore. So, but they're just here just in case.
Okay, it's John Lennon glasses. Was it Elton John?
John Lennon. No, they're actually John Lennon. I got them from the Beatles
museum in Manchester, in Liverpool. Yeah, okay.
Don't say Manchester. Fucking hell, you
No.
get shot. Fucking hell.
Your top 5 academy players outside 1992. Let me start with one. I have one.
Hugely, but let me just say, Vic, that is a brilliant question, and I think hugely difficult to answer. And I'd like to make that clear.
But just on top of your head, we can analyze and do.
Who would you go with
more
then?
thorough list afterwards. But first of all, one of my top 5 that I really admired and liked at the time was Eric Nevland.
Oh yes, well you knew him, didn't
you? No, but he was Norwegian.
He was Norwegian, yeah.
He was Norwegian, yeah. He was a massive talent, and I think he could have been Man United player, but it was too difficult to come in the striker section of Man United at that time. He was up against Solskjaer, York, Sheringham, and Cole, so it was impossible.
Yeah, I remember Neville, that's going back a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got to think really, because
but he played well for Fulham. He had a great career. He played in Groningen in the Dutch league, and then came back to Fulham, and he scored a couple of goals for Fulham. I think he averaged almost 10 goals a season for Fulham. So that was okay.
He did. Yeah. He did. I was going to go with Rossi, Welbeck as well. I'm sure Danny Welbeck came through the academy, didn't he? Yeah. Ravel Morrison would have been amazing, but we all know what happened to him. Jadon Sancho is the modern day Ravel Morrison. I like Robbie Savage. That's a really good. Robbie Savage is a good shout. Very good.
Yeah.
And PK. We seem to forget we had PK at a very young age.
Pogba.
Greenwood, yeah. Pogba, yeah. There's some good ones. Shea Lacey looks very, very good. I don't know if you saw his goal against the PFA.
Yes.
Actually, did anyone see Connor Wickham's goal from halfway line? It's fucking brilliant. Wow. But Lacey's goal, Shea Lacey took his goal very, very well.
Do you think we will see more from Shea Lacey this season, or
no? He's been kept behind.
Is there a pathway into the first team?
Well, he's not gone on loan.
Okay.
There's 3 players haven't gone on loan. Kone for obvious reasons because he's recovering. Shea Lacey is another, and Johnny Commode will know the Johnny Commode will know the 3rd player that hasn't gone out on loan. I can't remember.
Yes, I know. It's almost like a Russian name.
It's him anyway. So 3 players, but Kone we know. Is it
Ivanovic? No,
something like that. Yeah. So interestingly enough, those 3, but Shea Lacey in particular has been kept behind, and he's not going on loan.
Kai Rooney, what about him?
Absolutely. Yeah, apparently this JJ whatever.
Ibrahimo, yeah, that's the guy.
Ibrahimov, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Apparently, this JJ guy scored a couple as well in his last game. He's looking a bit special. So you're going to probably see, I think, a pass for the first team with Shea Lacey for definite, and Kone this year.
But going back to Vicky's question,
Yeah.
top 5 players academy outside 92, I think this is a good shout. Lee Sharpe.
Sharpe. Yeah. I met Sharpe, to be honest. He's a funny character. He's as boring as it gets, but he was a very, very... Got him from Torquay.
Okay. Torquay.
Sharpe came in from Torquay. Absolutely... really interesting player. Really interesting player.
That's by the coast, they have like...
Torquay. Yeah. Vicky says Scott McTominay, of course. Future Ballon d'Or winner, by the looks of it. He's got a chance, hasn't he? Gabriel
Biancheri. Was it Biancheri or was it Ibrahimo? That was the third player, at least, as you said.
There was a third player. I thought it was, yeah. So... Nick Powell.
If you go back in time, like you have Georgie Best or anyone else, like academy players outside 92?
Yeah, well,
Norman Whiteside,
Duncan Edwards, and Sir Bobby Charlton.
Yeah.
I mean, you look no further. Look no further. Absolutely.
But in the 70s, in your days.
Right, you didn't really have. There wasn't really,
Pump in the 70s.
There wasn't. When I was growing up, there wasn't really academy players forcing their way through. You always deemed too young at that period in the 70s. You had to be. You had to be seasoned, so to speak. So I'd have to look back and see at that particular time who would jump out for me. Now it's not the 50s, Trev. Your £2.50 salary, mate. I tell you, it's £1.25 now, son. £1.25.
Arthur Albiston.
Now Arthur Albiston. Good story about him. He was the first to wear the Puma Stepstar footy boots. So at that particular time, everyone was wearing Puma Kings, but Albiston had the Puma Stepstar, and you could always tell them because they're the orange sole, bright orange sole. Puma Stepstar. Fun story, that.
And Billy Meredith. Is he a youth product?
He probably was, actually. He probably was. Johnny K will be able to tell you better than me on that one-arm titanium.
This is Johnny Commode's list. Bobby Charlton, George Best, Duncan Edwards, Norman Whiteside, Mark Hughes, and Nobby Styles close behind.
Johnny Commode, an absolute legend. Absolute legend, Johnny Commode.
Nice list. I love that list. Big up, Johnny. So Vicky, what's your list? Give me your top 5.
Yeah, great question though, Hun. Great question. As always, she's doing a lot of research on the academy at the moment, Vicky. So so we'll get you on, Vic, in a few weeks when you've done your research and come and talk about it. The English Tacticos would love it.
But Lee Sharpe, what happened to Sharpe? Someone mentioned that he was like a party lion. Well, were the rumors a little bit too much, or
no? The rumors were
that Alex Ferguson. He had contacts everywhere, spies on the outside Manchester, in all the pubs. You couldn't go out and have a drink at that time.
I could tell you a very tiny story. Back in '94, when we were invited to play at the world famous Manchester United International Football Festival, so our little pokey team from Shropshire was invited to the Cliff. And they put us up in in this hotel in Manchester called the Saturday Hotel. Anyway, it's right in the centre of town. And we walked in with our kit and everything. And it's a very, very quick story. This, anyway, I said to the woman at the desk, "What do we do with the bill?" And back in that day, the GMAX Centre was around, and Take That were playing. I think over that particular weekend. Anyway, she turns around and she asks somebody across the the desk, who's picking up the bill, and he just turned around and said, Manchester United are picking it up, and he did that, and this fucking pin dropped. Everybody's looking at us, right? And we're standing there, oh my fucking God. And we were just inundated with girls. I mean, literally inundated with girls. So we went down to the bar, and we were going out for the night, as you do, etc., etc. Anyway, these girls joined us, and we were talking, and a couple of them were saying, where are you guys going? And we said, oh, we're going to go into town and do all this. So what about you? Oh, we're off to Giggs's and Sharpe's. And there's like us two and 6 other girls. Anyway, this minibus, this Merc minibus pulled up, and then they went off to Giggs's and Sharpe's. And that was nothing. That was small fry compared to what they used to get up to. But the lads, everyone in the Devilish Tacticas will tell you about this. There used to be a taxi driver that went around Manchester at that time who was a spitting image of Sir Alex Ferguson. It's true. And Sharpe tells his story. Lee Sharpe tells his story, his famous story, that Giggs and Sharpe were in his house at a couple of apprentices or something. Anyway, Fergie knocks on the door, and the apprentice says to Lee Sharpe, he tells you this, he tells this story. Oh, the gaffer's here. And Sharpe apparently comes down and he goes, no, it's a taxi driver. He just looks like a gaffer. And he comes down, and it was Sir Alex Ferguson. So he booted all these girls out of the house, kicked the apprentices up the arse, he said. He sat Sharpe and Giggs down. And in this room, there was a big drum kit or something where a dinner table should be, but it was a drum kit. And apparently he laid into them big fucking time. And they looked at the drum kit, and then that was it. He fucking exploded, apparently. So all the stories about Fergie are really true. But back in that particular era, they were just girls. I mean, I've never experienced anything like it, and we were nothing. You must be fucking joking. You must be kidding. We're from a farmers' league, love. But it was great. It was great.
You know what we should do? We should get the name of that taxi driver and get him on the show.
I would love to know his. Marshall, no.
If anyone knows his name, his contact information, let us know, and we will bring him on the show and have him tell stories about the nightlife of Manchester, what happened in the 90s.
Johnny Commode will know that story. Johnny K, you'll know that story. He'll.
I am Titanium. I like Ronnie Pickering. You know who I am? I'm bloody Ronnie Pickering.
Ronnie Pickering. He's a legend as well, isn't he? You'll know who I am in a minute. I'm Ronnie Pickering. Apparently, I don't know. I mean, that's obviously he's a legend, isn't he, Ronnie Pickering?
Yeah. I love that type of humor.
Yes, sorry. I think we were too boxing. I think we were too taken aback by what was it. I'll be honest with you, pal. We were a little bit bewildered about what had happened, but because. And that's 2 words, Manchester United, and that was it. It turned into it was really, really strange. The tournament itself was brilliant. We were playing teams from Egypt and Germany and America and Holland and Belgium. It was absolutely brilliant. So yes, sorry, Catherine, no nonsense for that. I'll shut up now. Oh yeah, so Johnny K knows that story. Caught him red-handed. Absolute class. One of Sharpie's go-to stories, apparently, when he goes on the circuit. It's such a good story. So, but there's loads. I mean, don't forget the stories we've had from Marshy. Like getting Roy Keane's pay slip.
The paycheck. He picked up the Roy Keane's paycheck.
That was absolutely brilliant.
But, this is With the Birds top 5. Johnny Evans, George Best, Norman Whiteside, Kobe Mainu, and Sir Bobby.
And Duncan. Good top 5. That Good job. Normal Whiteside, absolutely brilliant. 17-year-old man mountain. Yeah, but I remember back in '88 when he absolutely clattered Steve McMahon. Fucking went through him like a train at Anfield. Brilliant. Great to see. Because McMahon thought he was a hard nut. Until Whiteside took him out. Right on the touchline. Brilliant tackle. Loved it. We drew 3-3 that day.
Yeah. Boxing Unfiltered, that's a fantastic list. Yes, Wiki was.
Great question.
What about Nani?
No, well, we bought Nani though, didn't we?
Yeah, we bought him from
we bought him.
Portugal.
Yeah, 20 mil, 18 mil, 20 mil, something like that. 22. Yeah. He was good in patches, wasn't he? He was absolutely brilliant in patches.
Imagine Nani in today's team. He would have been playing all the time, So
too frustrated, unfortunately.
But I like Nani. I think it was a brilliant player. But I will never forget the red card against Real Madrid in the semi. Was it the semi-final?
Semi-final, I think. Yeah. Scored one of the best goals the Emirates has ever seen.
Yeah. Guys, do you want to do some? One update I forgot to mention when it comes to the Onana story. I saw someone mention it in the chat. Trabzonspor will cover Onana's salary in full, so we will save us almost 4 million a year, I believe. So that's.
You said he was going to earn more money, didn't you?
Yeah.
But the sources close to they say he will earn almost double that chance. Wow.
So I think that's brilliant news, and when it comes to the financial side, because maybe it will free up a little bit extra for us to buy Baleba in January already, because there have been some rumors today about Baleba and Man United. Apparently, the deal is not dead. We are still negotiating.
Yes. Well, first of all, we must do Vicky's. Vicky, stop spending money. We love you. Stop spending money. But what a great question. Best football autobiography.
Let me play the jingle for Vicky.
Give Vicky the jingle.
She deserves
the big jingle. You're going to give her the big jingle. She deserves the proper.
The big.
Yeah. Don't worry, Catherine. The glasses aren't coming on. They're not coming on. They went on properly, Catherine. No nonsense, Day. Best football autobiography. Very easy one for me. Very, very easy one for me. Mr. Keane. I loved his autobiography. Absolutely fucking brilliant. Really, really, really good one. Sir Alex has done about 5, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But I liked Rugged. Dwight York's was interesting. So was Andy Cole's.
I don't have any favorites. I never read any one of them. When it comes to English players, I have read some biographies of Norwegian players. I read one about Erik Mykland, and he was an interesting player. I don't know if you are aware, he was the equivalent of, I would say, Pirlo or Modric, the Norwegian.
Which one are you talking about?
Erik Mykland. Mykland, yeah, he played for the Norwegian national team. Well, he played for Panathinaikos and other clubs, but he was brilliant. But he was never a top athlete. He smoked 20 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Drank. He didn't see himself as a top athlete, and but he was super talented.
Yeah, well, we got loads in here. So Boxing Unfiltered is Stan Collymore. Yeah, I bet that was really interesting. That one, Brian Clough, of course. The Cloughy stories. Mark Crossley. If you should hear some of his Cloughy stories, they're absolutely legendary. Dean Saunders has got a good one as well when he signed for Forest. Roy Keane. Yeah, absolutely. It's just me. 43. Zlatan. Yeah, I haven't got Zlatan's. I bet that'd be quite interesting. Trev, you're absolutely right. I should do an autobiography. I will get one sorted, pal. It'll make for some very interesting reading. Andy Cole, yeah, I've got that one. I agree. Giggs' one, yeah, I wasn't impressed with that. So Bobby, of course. Yorkie, or Yorkers, as Catherine No Nonsense Dane says. Let's have a look. No one's picking Gary Nevs. Probably not for me, Gary Nevs. It'd be interesting, I suppose. Jarvis, I joined late. What's the Baleba news today? We'll cover that in a sec. Brian Clough, yeah. I mean, some of his stories have been honestly, you should listen to Mark Crossley. The way he does his impression as well. Absolutely brilliant. Neil Warnock, Ender Madness says Neil Warnock's would be a good one. Steve Claridge from Gordon Hill. Great, honest book. Fighting up for our own leagues to the Prem with Leicester. Yeah, interesting, that one. Boxing Unfiltered, I wish Man United signed that 10 years ago. Witterbird, Vicky is saying anything by Wayne Barton. I've not read one of Wayne's books, actually. I should do, really, because he's a really good guy, Wayne. We should get him on, actually. We should reach out to Wayne, ask him, come and do a history lesson. Not history lesson, a history show, because Wayne Barton's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Big Sam. Big Sam, how to fleece anyone that moves. I'd love to know his same with Redknapp's, Harry Redknapp's, the autobiography, The Brown Envelope. Those two would be absolutely brilliant for that. Jadon Sancho, what's he going to put in his? What's he going to put in his? How
I conquered PlayStation 3,
PlayStation
4,
3,
5.
Yeah. Boxing says Gary Neville's one was okay. Great question, Vicky. You've got loads of people talking about it. Catherine No Nonsense McDade is from Pele. John Commode, Georgie Best. Boxing Unfiltered again. I'd love to read one of Ollie or Skulls. Yap Stams was interested, by the way. Vicky says yes, get Wayne on. I'll reach out to Wayne because I think it'd be absolutely brilliant to come on. Has Tony Pulis done one? I think he's done a couple. I Am Titanium. His will be about the long throw and the long ball technique, I'd imagine. Johnny Commode, Duncan Edwards, Georgie Best, United's philosophy. It'd be absolutely Catherine. No, David Coots. Yeah, can you imagine David Coots will just be a black? I better be careful here. With a white light, with a white powder on it. Paul McGrath. Yeah, Paul McGrath. That would be interesting. Joey Barton. Now, the trouble with Joey Barton is he's kind of about his brother, the Axeman. Yeah, Joey Barton, now he's got his own podcast. He doesn't require an autobiography because he just talks shite on there, doesn't he? But I do like Joey Barton. I must admit.
The Luke Shaw cookery book. I think that was a good one.
Luke Shaw cookery book. I like that one.
We order in McDonald's.
Yeah, Howard Webb Law. Great, Vicky. Two great questions, and you've got the Devilish Tacticos loving those questions. Thank you. Story says, Elliot Luke. Okay. Story. I do not think Clough would be a good England manager. He was a man-to-man manager. True, took his players out drinking before. Probably, it wouldn't surprise me. Story. I don't know, but
there's a story about Nigel Clough actually doing that. So it's most likely,
yeah. Let's see. I love Joey Barton. I love laughing at him. V. Yeah, absolutely. Gordon Hill says Sancho the Oz. The art of punctuality, brilliant. Oh, Gaza. Yeah, I think reading Gaza's autobiography would be really, really sad. Really, really sad. I don't think I could do that, Gaza's.
Okay, guys. There were a question about the Baleba news, but there's no news. Fabrizio Romano reported that he's firmly on Man United's radar with a potential move or being eyed for 2026, but not the current window or January.
So
So
what they were saying, what they were saying was, I mean, Fabrizio Romano's over it. What they were saying, there's a lot of reports out today and yesterday that Baleba has gone to the board and asked for a gentleman's agreement that he can leave for Manchester United in January. Myself and Jarvis would deem that to be we could do a deal potentially with Manchester United in January for you to move in the summer. It's clear that Baleba has no interest in Brighton. He's been woeful this season, really, really bad. So we need to knuckle down now and start playing up to his best again, because we won't know it all.
no,
I'll tell you, who's going to be on. It's going to be Elliot. Well, why not? Why wouldn't you? Elliot, he's a great player.
that's a great, fantastic player. So underrated, brilliant player.
Absolute tremendous player. Yeah. How to Be a Fat Footballer, Luke Shaw. Micah Richards' short story. Because he burst onto the scene, remember, everybody? Which Roy Keane goes, don't remember many defenders bursting onto the scene. Micah Richards, I was the youngest to play in England at 18, Oh, God. He's got a good story about he was offered, was it 100 grand a week by City because he wasn't going to play, but they needed to have an English quota. So they offered him a 5-year deal at 100 grand a week.
Wow.
It's true. It's true. He's gone on record. Good night, Vicky. Thank you so much. The questions have been absolutely brilliant, my darling. Thank you so much, sweetheart. We will get Wayne on. I'll reach out to Wayne and we'll get him to come on because I think he'd be great. Johnny K, perhaps you can join as well that night because you know your history of Man United. So.
But we are not going to do a Scorsese tonight. We have done
no,
1 hour. So 10 more minutes, guys, and we will call it tonight. So I just want to talk a little bit about the tactics and
here's another one. 270 minutes in Germany. Very good. Micah, I love Brest. So that's really quite funny. If you've been watching the Champions League last year, they were winding him up about Brest. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good one. Yeah. So do you guys want to do any football clips? I did a couple of clips on Sesko. We could talk a little bit about this and before.
See you tomorrow night, Catherine. Don't forget we're live tomorrow. If you're there, you has been as brilliant as always. Take care.
Take care. So first of all, I have this one. It's a cross from, I think it's Mbumo. You know what I want you to take notice of first is Sesko. He's in the middle of the pitch in front of goal where he should be, and this is, I think we will see a lot of goals from Sesko because of this. Look at his movement.
Yeah.
Straight in front of the goal with 2 center backs. This is where we want him.
Yeah.
The ball is not good enough for him right here, but you can see the tendencies of his movement, and I like this. And he's not just standing there like pushing the players, he's actually making a run in between.
Yeah, it's a difficult ball, actually. It's a difficult ball from Mbumo because when you face it up with 2 defenders, it's a difficult execution, that is. And so I thought he executed it really, really well. So he was just stretching and leaning a bit. He couldn't quite get his head on it properly, could he? But you're right, Sesko, where we want him, inside the 6-yard box, between 2 centre halves, bearing down on the goalkeeper. Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Position-wise, superb. So you couldn't ask for anything more. Sesko just got too much on it, didn't he?
No, but I think that's brilliant. And second of all, I have this clip. Let me just bring it up. 2 seconds. There we go. Again, we are on the break. Burnley have a high line. So Sesko is in the middle here, and it's just nothing extraordinary. It's just his run, how he position himself and suddenly accelerate into the middle. It's Dalot on the ball. And he comes in front of the defender. How he angles his run.
It's a quick
goes
cross,
here
wasn't
and
it?
then moves like
Yeah,
this.
quick
It's
cross. Got his
but he
head on it.
anticipates the ball and it actually
Yeah.
makes it obvious for Dallo where to put the ball. And I think that's also why I think we will see a lot of goals from Sesko this season. Look at it.
Gordon, I know Jarvis is talking a bit quickly. If you are leaving now, tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, we'll be doing. We have something what we call Jarvis's Corner. We have a bit of a debate on everything, but we'll start concentrating. This channel's for breaking down tactics and talking about what we're talking about now. So if you like this channel, thank you so much for joining us, pal. So we'd
Yeah,
love to have
big up, Gordon. Thank you for tuning
Sorry,
in.
sorry, Joe.
Yeah,
I just wanted to.
no problem. So
I like
so
what you said on it as well, by the way. We always say, don't we? You've got to be in it to win it. It's a good cross by Dallo, and it's a good header. It's
but he's
not
not
bad.
exactly Weghorst in his acceleration. I think he accelerates really well here.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Look at it now. Boom.
But if you play it all the way back, you'll notice that Burnley allow us to attack. He's sleeping at the very top. See where Dallo is? The defender there sleeping. Everyone else is playing the high line. They're playing offside. He's about 3 yards. Yeah, he's having a kip, obviously. He's got no idea where Dallo is. So when the ball's played into Dallo, that's when Sesko knows he can go. And that's brilliant for us. Bad from Burnley's point of view, but great for us. Yeah. Dallo was good. But look at him. You circle Sesko now. He's here. So he's third in line. So you've got Dallo, Xerxes, Sesko. There you go. I presume that's Mbumo behind him. I'm guessing. I'm not quite sure.
Yep.
I can't really tell. It is Mbumo. And you've got Ahmad out here. So Burnley themselves are actually set up okay. You're 4 against 3. You'd be all right. What they won't expecting more than anything is the Dallo cross. They wouldn't be expecting the Dallo cross, but Sesko is. So if you track him, if you can track him with it, you can't track him with a line, can you?
Sesko.
Yeah, difficult.
No.
Yeah. But if you track him now, look at him. All he's looking at is Dallo. Have you noticed? Then the defender, Dallo, defender, Dallo, defender, Dallo. That's all he does. If you just play it back a little bit, watch his head. There you go. Look. It's just left and right, left and right. That's all he does. So he knows exactly where he is, what defenders are around him. It's a great cross by Dallo, actually.
Yeah.
And if he'd scored that, there'd been a fucking brilliant goal. Brilliant. But it's a difficult header to execute because you've got to steer it. You're running onto it. You're running. If you look at the way he's running, Jarvis, he's always running head onto it, isn't it? Oh, that sounds stupid, I know, but he's hitting it, and he's got to angle his head to get it across. So it would have been a superb goal if he'd scored after.
Big up, Gordon, and Sesko is going to be a mint at Man United, and I also believe so. I'm convinced now that he's actually a top striker.
You're going to see a different Sesko against City, I think. Questions tomorrow night. I'm titanium, absolutely, pal. Absolutely.
And he's deceptively quick. I think so.
Trev knows.
Yeah, Trev knows. So, but the last segment of Sesko I want to show you is this one, and I think we will need to talk more about this through the season, because I think it's how the defender stops Sesko, and is it allowed, and why is it allowed?
Yeah.
So when he's mid-air, the defenders move into him and just tilt him over. And I think, in my mind, the referees should be aware, and maybe we should get some penalties, because it's foul play. You are a centre back, and you know how the game works.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, I took Mark Bellingham out today.
You did?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
So if you look here on this one, you see the defender has control on Sesko, keeping his arm on Sesko, but he can jump really high, and the only thing the defender is doing, let me just draw you an etchy sketch. I know you like that etchy sketch, but
sketch.
I don't know if I can do it. But if the ball comes in the cross, it's midair,
Yeah,
and you jump up from each side. It's a fair duel. You have two guys jumping up for the ball, and that's no problem. You can both try to win the ball. But what will happen with Sesko most of the time is, let's see if I bring this up again. If the ball is in the air, Sesko jumps higher, but he will be pushed out in an angle by the defender, because the defender will just move his body into Sesko. So, and mid-air, I'm saying. So it will be difficult,
yeah.
if you understand. So look at
No,
this.
was that a donkey you were drawing there? Or? Sorry, go on. Sorry, go on.
But look at the defender here.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things really about that, and the
It
first
doesn't
thing,
jump. Just move back,
no,
takes
yeah,
his legs, and it's
yeah.
impossible for Sesko. Look at Sesko now. He's 90 degrees mid-air.
It's a bad challenge, and Harry Kane does it all the time.
Yeah.
Harry Kane does it all the time. The problem with Sesko is you're going to land one day and you're going to break your fucking neck the
Yeah.
way that it's done, and it isn't right. The defender was great at first because he was holding him off. He was just trying to feel for. You've always heard me say, feel
Mm,
for your attacker. If you can't see him, feel for him. That's what he was doing. What I'd like to have seen Sesko do there, though, Jarvis, is get hold of his shirt. As soon as he was doing that, I'd like to see Sesko get hold of his shirt on the blind side of the referee. So you
mm,
you stop him doing that, so you can get above him, but you stop him trying to back into you because you got hold of him. So
mm.
but when you back in like that, it's dangerous. It's dangerous to a footballer. It really is. And just hold on one sec. Sorry, one sec. My phone's going. One sec.
Okay. I don't know, guys, if you have seen the same, but I feel it's going to be a topic that we will talk about many times this season, and no one has mentioned this. And I think the referees should be aware. And the way you stop Sesko is not by just taking his legs mid-air. And it's dangerous, as Stu is saying, and I think it's also foul play. And I would like to see the referee who will call a penalty on something like this, because obviously the
Sorry
defender
about
is
that,
not
man.
it's not trying for the ball; it's just taking out Sesko mid-air. And if you give penalties like the one that we got this game on Ahmad, we pulled his shirt. It's nothing. This is the real thing, and I think
It's
the
it's
referees
wrong.
should protect the players, because it's dangerous and foul play
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
it's right. It's wrong what
same
he's
time.
doing. Backing into him, and all he's doing, by the way, Jarvis, is arching his body. So he's
Mm,
arching his body, and it's a little flick of the back. Actually, it's your bum. It's a little flick of your bum,
yeah.
and you're backing into him, and that's what Sesko there. It's a brilliant header, but he just isn't in control of
No.
himself. He's not in control of himself. Uh, but there's a couple of other things. I mean, fucking hell, again, if he'd scored, it'd been great. But I'd like to have seen Xerxes push on a bit quicker, and he should
Mm.
have been a bit closer to the 6 yard line. So Sesko maybe been able to knock it back. But Sesko is going to get us a few goals for sure. Yeah, he's a very, very good striker. I'll give him that.
Yes, yes. Um, but I would like to see people on Talk Sports and all the other
We,
big
we,
fan channels,
yeah,
Sky
it
Sports,
needs to
and
be brought out. Yeah, it
they
needs
should
to be
just
said.
talk about this. They
Yeah,
should point it out for the referees and tell them it's not the way. I I
it's
I'm totally okay with two players jumping up trying to win the ball, but it's not the same. One player jumping up and the other one just taking his body out. So
terrible. One day somebody will break their neck, but it'll be too late.
Time is saying, no offense. Why are you guys pointing this out? Point this on big money and Darius.
Well, it's very kind of you, but Darius, very kind of you, mate. But that's what Jarvis does. Jarvis sees that side. I see other areas. I would like to point out about the 3 clips, by the way, Jarvis.
Mm.
3 crosses.
It is. It is.
3 crosses. 2 from Mbumo, 1 from Dallo.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was just my little clip on
No, I
Sesko.
like
So,
it.
but maybe we can talk more about it on a later stage. I'm interested in hearing Mark's take on it. He's a striker, and
Yeah.
maybe Johnny Camo, bath time. Some of you guys can come on and have your say. So yeah, that's fake bath time. No, it's bath time on X. It's not. It's just his X account, I believe. So yeah.
Yeah, it's Darius, yeah.
Yeah.
I presume,
Because we
yeah.
have 134 people watching, but only 19 on YouTube. It's a slow night, I know it's international
It
break, and
is.
it is what it is. But it's been a great show. I know. I think it's time
Is
to
it?
wrap it up.
Yeah, I think
Tomorrow
so.
night we will do the Q&A. A lot of great comments, a lot of great questions. Did you reach your peak, Jarvis? Apparently,
He's
yes.
never peaked. He hasn't peaked,
Many
yes.
years ago. When is the next call-in show?
Oh,
Maybe we should do one this Thursday.
yeah, let's try and do a calling show this Thursday, yeah.
Yeah. We can do it. We can do that. It's
Yeah, or
still
or Thursday, Friday maybe, because the game's Sunday and we could get some eeks.
Oh, I forgot. I'm away this weekend, so
Oh, you're
then
away.
you have to
So it'll
then
have
you
to
have
be
to run
Thursday.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, so it'll have to be Thursday, yeah. And are you back on Sunday for the, it doesn't
Sunday
matter.
night. So I will be
You
back
run it.
Sunday night, but I will be late, like 10, 11-ish.
Well, me and Mark and
Yeah, yeah,
Johnny Cal take care of it.
yeah. And also from I Am Titanium, is here overrated? I know you can ask Pep about that. I don't know.
What's this bullshit? Anyway, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's been a great show, guys. Thank you for
great show.
tuning in. I am Titanium. Thank you for all the comments. Bathheim, Pro Wade,
Trev,
and the
lovely to
Madness.
have you back, mate. We've missed you.
Boxing Unfiltered, all of you legend. Thank you, Wiki, for the super chats and the brilliant questions.
Brilliant questions.
It was the weekend wrap up show, and there weren't much to wrap up, basically. So
No.
it was a good chat with you guys. So
Tune
great
in tomorrow
stream,
night.
and we will be back tomorrow night. Thank you, Stu. Thank you,
Okay, guys.
everybody. And we
Pleasure.
will see you on the next one. Bye bye.